What's going on, you guys? It is Perry the Entertainer back again for another video, and this video is another edition of Hashtag Spoilers, the hit new web show that is sweeping the nation. I am your host, Perry the Entertainer. You can follow me on Twitter at ThePTEShow, where we live chat during Raw, Smackdown, pay-per-views, and all sorts of that jazz. This week we're going to be talking about the March 12th episode of Thursday Night Smackdown. Let me correct that, Thursday Night Smackdown. I've said Friday in the last 3 takes of this video, so allow me to apologize for that, but and breaking it down in only a way that I can. So I would like to apologize on the tardiness of not only this video but last night's video, the Raw commentary, as because I had to render last night's commentary twice because my computer started acting up, and I know you guys, computer malware failures and all sorts of shit like that. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Computer bugs and all sorts of shit like that prevented me from being able to put that video out earlier. Instead, I had to completely render it again, let it render overnight, and then I uploaded it earlier this morning before I went out and did my business for the day. But I would like to apologize for the tardiness of that video. I mean, it's now up, so you guys can go check out the new commentary. And, of course, this one may be up a little later. It depends on when you guys actually expect these kind of videos. I expect to try and put them up around Wednesday morning. If I can put it out Tuesday night, that would be fantastic. But that's only going to happen if we jump into these spoilers. And speaking of jumping into these spoilers, let's do that because I have absolutely nothing else to talk about and completely bore you guys with before we jump into these spoilers. So let's do this. Daniel Bryan kicks off SmackDown to a big pop, as always. Bryan declares that he will be in the Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania 31. It ends up being Bryan, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, Dean Ambrose, and Stardust all in the ring. R-Truth appears on the stage with the IC title belt while the others brawl in the ring. So basically WWE just kind of confirming something that we've known for a while now, whereas Daniel Bryan is going to be involved in the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. And to be honest, I think this mixes things up a little bit more than a lot more, than it already was. I mean, hell, you had Bad News Barrett involved, Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose being the top guys to win the match. And now you throw Daniel Bryan into the mix, who's pretty much wanderless, directionless, I should say, after taking that hard loss to Roman Reigns a couple weeks ago at Fastlane. And now Daniel Bryan has absolutely nothing to do for WrestleMania. And to kind of throw him into the IC title match because I don't know if there's not enough faces in the ladder match to make it a legit match, which that's completely insulting to guys like Barrett and guys like Ziggler and guys like Ambrose, who, in my personal opinion, Dean Ambrose shouldn't even be in this thing. In fact, I feel Sting, and I said it on the Heel Steven show, and I'll say it on here, I feel that Dean Ambrose could have benefited a lot more with a match against Triple H at WrestleMania. And Triple H could, like I said, fight Dean Ambrose, and Sting could face Bray Wyatt and keep Undertaker off of WrestleMania. And that's probably going to be something that I'm going to be complaining about for the next couple of weeks. So get used to it, or in some people's case, deal with it. But yeah, just WWE kind of confirming something that we've already known for quite some time, as if WWE was building up to Daniel Bryan being involved in the IC title match, which they obviously have been. Him and Barrett have been fighting, and him and Luke Harper fought in last week's episode of Raw, so it was kind of obvious at this point that Daniel Bryan was somehow going to be involved in the match, and it raises some eyebrows because a lot of people actually thought that Daniel Bryan was going to be jobbing out to Sheamus or something, because they plan on making Sheamus one of the top heels in the company once he comes back. So it looks like Daniel Bryan's in a much better position than, I guess. I mean, instead of him jobbing out to Sheamus, which I'm not even a Daniel Bryan fan, and I know that's a bad idea. And throwing him in the IC title match, which he could win and restore some honor and prestige back to the IC title. And I think that's the only championship in WWE, of course, besides the Divas Championship, that he has not held at this point. I know he was a U.S. champion, tag team champions with Kane, of course, and WWE World Heavyweight Champion, I believe, twice now, I want to say, twice or 3 times. So Yeah, I think the IC title at this point is the only title that Daniel Bryan has not held on to. So, what would that make him? A Grand Slam? Would that make him a Grand Slam champion, considering that both the world titles are kind of merged now? Like, does that still make him a Grand Slam champion? But I don't know. Maybe that. I'm asking you guys, and I'm sure I'll check it out after we go off the air here. So, let's move on. Los Matadors, Tyson Kidd, and Cesaro defeated Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and the Usos in an 8-man tag match that was said to be really good. One of the Matadors pinned Kofi to end it. So, are the Matadors heels? I mean, I did miss a little bit about what happened on Raw last night. So maybe them coming back and getting the distraction win against the Usos does, I guess, result in a heel turn for the Matadors, which I don't know why the hell you do that, but it's just adding more meaningless teams to this match. I feel that, hell, you could have thrown the Ascension in this match. I think it would have been a little bit better. Throw them in there instead of the Matadors. I think keeping the Matadors off TV. You could throw New Day in there. I mean, the New Day needs some time to try and build themselves as a stable, because they get a lot of heat. I'm pretty sure, probably because of their gimmick, I want to say, but I'm not gonna try and spit fire with any New Day critics. So, I think like I said, you could have thrown the Ascension in here. At least give them some sort of title match and make the marks that said that the Ascension coming up to the main roster was going to be a good idea. I'm still waiting for people to say that they were that they were guilty of that, because I know a lot of people on here were waiting for the Ascension to come up to the main roster, and what the fuck have they done since they got to the main roster? They were buried in a segment that should have been a rub for them, that was supposed to be a rub from the legends, the NWO, JBL, and the New Age Outlaws. Is supposed to be a rub. Turns out they got buried, and then they suffer their first loss on the main roster to a team that we haven't seen in about 3 years. So, needless to say, the Ascension's done at this point. They're watered down. They're jokes right now. I mean, shit. WWE pretty much got rid of the only thing that got them over, their intimidation factor, and stuck them with gimmicks that they don't mean jack shit. Okay, they start they're dissing other tag teams like the Legion of Doom and Demolition, teams that they're pretty much blatantly ripping off. So I don't get what the hell the point is about that, but you could have brought them up as that dark and destruction figure, and that was what got them over down in FCW. That's what got them over in NXT, and on the main roster, nobody gives a shit. And you can thank Vince McMahon and his stubborn ass self for that one. So, as for the tag team titles, see, I complained yesterday because I felt that they made Tyson Kidd and Cesaro the champions. I felt that they made them look extremely weak by having them lose to, I believe they lost to New Day. So I felt that having them lose like that makes them very weak. They're very weak champions, and I'm not convinced that they are any sort of strong champions right now. I mean, shit. Apparently the Matadors are heels now, so I guess that's something to look forward to if you're a Matadors fan. Maybe they got some edge or something, or maybe that fucking twerking bull finally gets put down or something. I don't know. They air a lengthy John Cena versus Rusev video on the big screen. More build up to their match now that we know that they're going to have a match, because we didn't know before. For the United States Championship, it will be Rusev versus John Cena, a.k.a. Rusev's first loss in WWE, at least on the main roster. So you got about 19 days to gather your tissues up, and I've already got mine together. So we're going to see the downfall of Rusev come WrestleMania time. So, like I said, get your pitchforks ready, folks, because it's going to get nasty. Ryback versus The Miz is next. Miz told Damian Sandow to stay backstage. Ryback wins a short match that had a "We Want Mizdow" chant. So pretty much any other fucking Miz match at this point. And I don't like the fact that The Miz and Damian Mizdow are going to be featured in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal match rather than them actually getting a real match. I would have minded them having a flippin' pre-show match, and then, well, I can understand WWE building the tension between the two, and then leading to Damian Sandow eventually screwing, just fucking going ape shit and beating the shit out of Miz, similar to Alex Riley when Alex Riley did it about 4 years ago, and of course what we saw last night on Raw with Randy Orton beating the living fuck out of Roman Reigns, out of Seth Rollins, excuse me. So they're just building up more suspense and build up basically to the eventual Sandow turn, which we all know is going to happen at this point. So to have them kind of featured in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, a match that a lot of people are actually being built up to win. I mean, you have Curtis Axel. I mean, granted, he took a nasty turn for the dark yesterday, getting his ass whooped by Rusev. Of course, Ryback is a big face there. Of course, Big Show, Kane. Now Mizdow's in there, so there's tons of names still added there, and it's actually, I think WWE is taking a pretty good shot with the Andre the Giant thing, and they're building up more people to win it so that it's not as obvious. I mean, who really expected Cesaro to win last year? Like, I know I didn't. I know that I'm sure there were a lot of people on here that did, but I didn't see Cesaro winning it, so to have him win it and have him have his WrestleMania moment, throwing Big Show over the top rope all by himself like that, and then to see where he is 1 year later, it took him an entire year to win a noteworthy championship. That's kind of disgusting. So, I got really nothing else to say about it. Like I said, WWE's really building Ryback up to win this match. So, I think right now Ryback's probably my favorite to win, but I wouldn't be shocked if Sandow did. I really wouldn't. So that's that. Roman Reigns makes his way through the crowd and comes to the ring. He addresses Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Wow, and he's not going to have lines fed to him. That's a good sign, isn't it? A returning Mark Henry interrupts and comes out to the ring. Henry tells Reigns that he needs to earn the respect of the fans and the other guys in the locker room. Reigns ends up laying Henry out with a Superman punch and then spears him on the outside of the ring. The crowd was probably split 60-40 in favor of Reigns. I'm sorry, did we just witness a Roman Reigns heel turn? Did we? I mean, I know I'm a little confused by that. I mean, maybe Mark Henry is playing the heel role, but saying that he needs to earn the respect of the fans, and a lot of fans do diss Roman Reigns. Did we just see Roman not really officially turn, but leading towards a heel turn? I mean, maybe. Yeah, I think right now WWE, the one thing that they are doing completely wrong with this World Heavyweight Championship storyline, not to mention the fact that it's not ending SmackDown. In fact, SmackDown is being ended with build-up for the IC title match. But I think you're confusing the shit out of the crowd. I don't think the crowd knows who to boo and who to cheer anymore besides Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's going to get cheered. If he took a shit in the middle of the ring, I'm sure people would cheer for him. So I'm pretty sure, the crowd is probably very confused as to who the hell they're going to cheer for come WrestleMania. I mean, shit, apparently Roman looks like he's being... I don't want to say he's full-fledged being built up as a heel right now, but saying that, he needs to earn the respect of the fans and the other guys in the locker room, which is a true statement, and then Reigns just beats the shit out of Mark Henry, so unless he's just another Big Show for Roman Reigns to overcome, and we all know where the hell Mark Henry went from there, Big Show went from there, so, maybe it's just me. I'm a little confused as to who to cheer for. Of course, I think Roman Reigns is going to win, but I'm a little bit confused as to who to cheer for at this point, and what to give anybody in this championship match a reaction. And I don't know. I'm not feeling this is a main event caliber match. I don't know about you guys, but that's the way that I feel about it. I feel that WWE is. They're spreading out the the times to so many other matches. Like we got Bray and Undertaker, Sting and Triple H, Randy Orton and Seth Rollins, John Cena and Rusev, and they're not focusing on the world title. And that's supposed to be the big main event. That's supposed to be the conqueror, the guy who ended the streak last year against the WWE's next poster boy. So I don't feel that this is a main event match. I mean, shit, I would much rather see Sting and Triple H main event WrestleMania at this point, because the only thing I think that's making this feud right now, well, there's two things. Number one, the controversy as to is there going to possibly be a walkout before WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar, and he's apparently frustrated as to when it comes to his contract. And like I said, the whole controversy about that, like I've been talking about the last couple weeks. And I don't know, because Paul Heyman's such a flippin' god on the microphone, and he can build this match up. So I don't know, and nobody's taking Roman Reigns seriously. So I don't know at this point. I feel that WWE is confusing the shit out of fans. I feel that WWE doesn't even know what they want, and them doing this, I don't know. It's probably just it's supposed to be Mark Henry giving Roman a rub or something. I don't know. But I interpreted it as a heel turn. I don't know what you guys thought. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. That sounded so pedo. I'm sorry. They air a promo for Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I'm going to leave that to a separate video. You guys already know about this. Paige and AJ Lee versus Summer Rae and Cameron with the Bella Twins on commentary is next. Shocker. The fucking Bella's on commentary again for the fucking 900th time this fucking year. Paige gets the win for her team after making Summer tap out. Paige, AJ, and the Bellas argue after the match, but no punches are thrown. For the record, I don't snore, so obviously that was a big shot thrown at the damn Divas, and especially a shot thrown at everybody who actually thought Give Divas a Chance worked in their favor. That obviously didn't work. WWE threw it back in your face. I said it all yesterday, folks. Go check that out. I'm not going to repeat myself. So, Mark Henry is interviewed backstage. He does not believe Roman can beat Brock at WrestleMania. They previewed a Randy Orton rematch, or excuse me, let me calm down. I don't know why the hell I'm so hyped. Apparently I'm so hyped that I can't read. They previewed a Randy Orton interview earlier and said that it would air on the show, but it must be something that will be edited into the broadcast. I'm sorry. I'm fucking illiterate right now. I don't know why. For some reason, when it comes to this stuff, I just don't get it. But so yeah, Randy Orton interview. That's basically all you guys need to know about that. Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose defeated Bad News Barrett, Stardust, and Luke Harper in the main event. Bryan got the win for his team after hitting the knee on Harper. Michael Cole interviews Bryan, Ziggler, and Ambrose after in the ring after the match. They start showing jealousy towards each other, and Ambrose leaves after calling Bryan a turd. You fucking turd. You fucking fuck. Ziggler also calls Bryan a turd. You fucking turd fuck. Fucking. And leaves Bryan all by himself in the ring. Bryan asks fans if he's a turd. Really? That's so stupid. Okay. All right. I'm still not sold on this IC title thing. I think the IC title build-up right now is just complete garbage. And the fact that maybe WWE thinks throwing Daniel Bryan in there is going to make everyone jump back on it. Newsflash, I don't think anybody's a damn Daniel Bryan fan anymore. I mean, shit. I remember around this time last year, people were pretty much blowing the flipping ground he walks on. And now, nobody gives a shit. And that, honestly, I don't blame anybody except WWE and their stupid creative team and shit. He lost the Rumble, and he lost a lot of momentum after that, and then loses to Roman Reigns when a lot of people actually thought he was going to win. He loses to Roman Reigns. He's not in the World Championship match this year. He had such a big moment last year that WWE can't capitalize and actually make Daniel Bryan look bigger than he did last year, and now he's being resorted to a fucking shitty. I don't want to say shitty. Yeah, it is a shitty damn division right now with the IC title. I mean, being thrown around like a fucking hot potato. I'm sorry for all the damn bad language tonight, but it needs to be said. This is irritating the hell out of me, and I know it's irritating to a lot of fans out there. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell the future has in store for the IC title. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Please hit that subscribe button down there. Make sure you go down there and hit that follow button as well at the PTE Show. We live chat during Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, and all sorts of that stuff. The next time I see you guys, I should be next Monday. You know, anything can happen on the road to WrestleMania, I guess. So until next time, this is Perry the Entertainer signing out, and peace.